Hello everyone, my name is Haley Carter and I am doing my research topic on food dyes. As you know, it's been a big thing this past year, so it's good to talk about it now since we're going to be learning about it. My attention statement. Did you know over 90% candies marketed to children contain synthetic dyes linked to behavioral problems? Artificial food dyes have been used since the 1800s, originally from coal tar, now petroleum-based. These food dyes are found in common products such as candies, cereals, drinks, and many other processed snacks. You would find anything in bags or packaged away, made in like a factory. Common food dyes that are now used today would include red 40, yellow 5, and blue 1. The purpose of these dyes is to color the food to look more appealing. Many studies have found that artificial dyes are linked to hyperactivity in children. Certain dyes like yellow 5 can cause allergic reactions. That's just a couple different opinions, but there are multiple things that they do. They're bad. A purpose statement. My purpose of canceling food dyes is to protect public health, especially for children. For everyone but children majority, because their brains are they're functioning. They're not all there, so you want to have a nice healthy body to develop to a healthy person. So food dyes they're very unnecessary additives. People just do it for coloring to look more vibrant in the store, so they just buy them. So with that, we're going to try getting rid of food dyes. We're going to try to reduce issues like hyperactivity, ADHD, cancer, and allergic reaction. Another way that we can dye food with not using food dye is natural coloring. For an example, if you want something pink, you could use beet juice. If you want something yellow, you can use turmeric powder. There are so many things that you can use out there, but people will be finding out soon. Why they should ban the dyes. Banning artificial dyes will reduce unnecessary health risk and encourage people to eat cleaner and watch what they are putting into their body. Studies have shown dyes like blue 1 and red 40 can cause DNA damage and oxidative stress in cells. This can lead to chronic disease over time. And now, as you've been eating it forever, it might not develop in the first month or two. It might take 10 to 20 years before you finally realize, oh no, the problems are from the dyes. So that's what we're trying to find out now. In kids, you can see it earlier because their brains aren't developed and everything. Dyes can worsen symptoms of anxiety, irritability, and sleep disturbance in kids. Artificial dyes can harm all your living cells. For the sleep disturbance, I know people can use melatonin or something for their kids. Another great natural alternative for sleep is cherry juice. So let's look at some different studies on artificial food dyes and what people have been saying about it. So as they are on to banning dyes, it is still something to talk about as it went on forever. Dyes have been around since the 1800s. It is now 2025 and we are just now putting an end to it. The Europeans are very they're very into their health. They have already banned their dyes. So the US is slowly coming on to do it this year. So that's exciting. So even if not everyone is as sensitive to the dyes as everyone else, there is still enough risk that regulators will take action. Reviewed evidence showed that many synthetic dyes have been caused to harm thyrotoxicity. Weisberger made a statement in Public Health discussing how dyes are made from petroleum containing chemical structures known as carcinogens. Yeah, we don't want to be eating petroleum at all. So, how do other people feel about banning the dyes? I know everyone's gonna have their own opinion. Parents, the manufacturer workers, the people behind everything creating it, because it is their job. So, we all have our own opinion on things like this. Everyone was raised differently and everybody reacts differently. Parents, especially those with children that have ADHD or allergies, will push hard for the ban because they see behavior changes when their kids avoid dyes. Health advocates or anyone in the Center for Science will argue that artificial dyes are unnecessary and risky, especially since natural alternatives exist. And this is a great thing because natural and holistic is going to be coming into 2025, and you can, like, the weeds that we kill in our backyard with Roundup or whatever, some of those weeds are actually very good for you. Like dandelions are full of antioxidants and everything. You could clean them, put them in tea, or you can eat them. It sounds weird, but they're very healthy. Food industry companies. Now this is a big one because they make the food. This is their job. So food industry companies resist bans because artificial dyes are cheaper, more stable, and they make products look more attractive for customers to buy. Artificial dyes are very cheap. When you compare artificially flavored and naturally flavored, there is a very big price difference, and most people are going to do the cheaper side, and that's normal. Like, that happens. But just know what you put in your body. Artificial dyes last longer on the shelf. As natural things, you have so long to use them before they go bad. Artificially has a bunch of chemicals and everything to preserve it, but it stays on longer, and then you put that in your body, and then your body just sometimes does not react to it well. So, what I am trying to persuade? I am trying to persuade to my audience that we need to take care of our body and fuel it with the right natural things that God gave us. I am arguing that the potential health risks associated with artificial food dyes like hyperactivity, allergies, cancer, and long-term toxicity are too serious to ignore. By banning these dyes, we can protect populations, especially children who are more sensitive to these additives. You might argue this just because something is more cost-effective or visually appealing. It does not justify exposing customers to unnecessary risk. Thank you for listening to this today. Goodbye.